Won't the police shoot me if I get involved? Okay, this is a tricky question, but I'm going to answer it. In some kind of violent encounter, the police are coming. I say it's not on them. It's not solely on them to not shoot you. It's on you to not get shot, right? So that's a big deal because you know they're coming. You happen to be there. You see something happening. We had a horrible situation here in Arvada. Our Good Samaritan hero got involved, neutralized a threat. That means he ended an active shooter situation after a policeman had been murdered. In the confusion, picked up an AR platform from the shooter, not thinking, what do I now look like, and lost his life. That's very unfortunate. We said this training needs to happen on both sides. The police need to know that, to consider there might be a Good Samaritan on the scene. Any kind of Good Samaritan needs to consider police are coming and they're looking for a guy that looks like me standing here with a gun, right? So if that confusion happens, there could be loss of life, called a blue on blue. When we talk deconfliction, there are things we can do and they must be practiced. Meaning there must be some kind of identification as the good guys with the good guys. We use security sashes. People have used vests or t-shirts, but we make sure that we understand that even with verbal communications, there should be a lot of talking going on with efforts to deconflict and not hurt each other. It's a double-edged sword because you don't want to go yelling and giving away your position if there's a bad guy in there. But if we train the same way, again, uniform, safe, and accurate, if we train that way, we can mitigate the possibility of shooting each other. One of the things that we've done regularly in churches is to talk about neutralize the threat. What's my first objective? Neutralize the threat. Nobody else is being hurt now. What's my secondary objective? Not get shot by the police. Potentially go back in your holster. So people say, do you need to holster quickly? Absolutely. People say, if you're holstering, it's because the threat's over. You don't need to holster quickly. I absolutely disagree. Simon, you need to get that in your holster right now. Don't go throw it in a bush and then say, hey, cops, I'm in here, and a bad guy runs in and now you can't defend yourself, right? So back in the holster is a safe place. They need to see hands and they need to hear verbal communication that sounds like a good guy that's asking for help. It's going to do a lot for you as far as not having them come in and engage you. So those are things you must not only know, but you must practice so they come out in a real situation where your heart's beating out of your chest. So if we both understand that, on the responder side, we call it immediate responder, the Good Samaritan that was already there. And then the first responders, that means the people that you know that you call 911 and they show up. That must be practiced on both sides so we make sure that good guys aren't shooting good guys. Blue on blue situations, we can get rid of those or do the best we can to mitigate them.